Tata Safari, a legendary name that made the base for SUVs in India, has made a surprising comeback. And this time around, it's bigger, it's bolder, and it's ready to take the fight in the heavyweight segment. Yes, it does remind of the Harrier from certain angles, and you might also call it a longer version of it. So let's put this car to test to find out what it really has to offer.
Tata Safari has ruled the hearts of the adventure and SUV enthusiasts ever since it came into existence. For 2021, it has evolved into a completely new and modern vehicle. Here is how it looks from the outside.
Well, as you can see, there aren't very solid changes when you compare it with the Harrier. As you can see, it gets signature tri-arrow front main grille, which is flanked by high-res LED DRLs, below which sit LED projector headlamps, which are limited only to the top spec XZ trim. Down below, you also get a very aggressive-looking dual-tone bumper with a silver finish over here. Well, it's only when you get to the side profile you get to know the real changes. Speaking of which, it gets large 18-inch alloy wheels, and those muscular wheel arches, they make the real difference. Look above and you'll find a stepped roof and a Safari badge which sits over here under the chrome treatment. The overall longer length of the Tata Safari, as you can see, is also pretty much evident.
On the other hand, the ground clearance has gone down significantly, and as per the automaker, the Safari's minimum latent ground clearance stands at 143 mm.
Come to the back and you'll find a very surprisingly refreshed tail section. As you can see, there is a more upright looking tailgate with a spoiler over here. There are sleek and angular looking LED tail lamps. There is a Safari badging which sits on the lower side of the tailgate, as you can see, and there is a very aggressive looking dual tone rear bumper to complete off the looks.
Opening up the tailgate reveals that the boot space might not be enough in all seats up configuration, but getting the last seats down free up 447 liters of space, which is more than enough.
So as soon as you step inside, you are greeted by a very top-notch and premium cabin. You get a signature oak wood dashboard with a familiar layout, and it's also made up of soft touch materials. You also get a 8.8-inch infotainment system, which is placed in the center. The steering wheel, as you can see, is leather wrapped, and it's not a flat bottom steering wheel as found on some of its counterparts, but overall it's a very good place to be in.
The driver's screen is also borrowed from its technical cousin. It is a simple, semi-digital console with an analog speedometer on the right side, accompanied by a wide digital screen on the left, displaying all the necessary information about the car in a simple and uncluttered format. The higher variants of the Safari also come with signature oyster white leather seat upholstery and door pad inserts, which make the cabin feel plush and premium.
Now, one of the major additions inside the cabin of the Tata Safari is the use of electronic parking brake and auto hold system, which is first for Tata. And apart from that, it also gets widest in segment panoramic sunroof, which makes all the difference.
While the sunroof does make the cabin feel rich and airy, what the Safari still misses out on are some critical features like wireless charging and ventilated seats, which are fairly popular among the customers it seeks to attract. But not to forget, it comes with a host of other features as well, including rain sensing wipers, automatic headlamps, powered driver seat, and much more. On top of that, it has also become the latest recipient of the IRA connected car technology. Hop on the second row and you'll see it remains more or less the same as the Harrier. It features the pillar mounted AC vents, a pocket for smartphone, and a handrest in the middle. The seats are now manually adjustable and feel nicely cushioned. The row is decently spacious for 2 or even 3 occupants, while the middle one may struggle due to the huge hump on the floor. Jumping down to the third row is easy, but the kind of space provided might not be the best in segment. Though the adjustable second row does provide an option of extending the leg space, the head space has been kept ample. Moreover, the last row also gets a number of convenience and utility features such as dedicated air vents, bottle holder, USB charger, and much more.
So the all-new Tata Safari comes with a 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine, and to put down the figures, it delivers 170 PS of maximum power and 350 Nm of peak torque. And the transmission options include 6-speed manual transmission as well as a 6-speed automatic transmission unit. So the engine in its 170 PS guys was introduced with the Tata Harrier in 2020, and it is indeed a lovely powertrain. It is fun to drive irrespective of the road conditions, and it's predictable yet exhilarating power delivery. It kind of makes you feel safe whenever you're overtaking or engaging in a sporty drive.
I got a chance to drive both the manual as well as automatic transmission and found both equally charming. But the effortless shifting on the automatic kept me at ease, while I could focus more on the road ahead.
So like the Harrier, even the Tata Safari comes based on the Tata's renowned Omega Arc platform, which contributes to its driving dynamics. But what's needed to be pointed out here is that the Safari is slightly heavier than the Harrier, and Tata has to do twice the work to maintain those driving dynamics. And I think the company has done a pretty good job in this department.
Tata claims that it has maintained the balance between performance and comfort, and I wouldn't disagree. The Safari feels stable on high speeds and equally direct and connected around the corners. At the same time, the suspension setup feels to have the right amount of stiffness and damping to maintain the right balance. Also, the body roll is well under control for a 7-seater, which is impressive. The Safari also gets terrain response modes, and there is also a dedicated sports mode, which changes the engine mapping for a more aggressive drive. While all of this looks nice and fancy, what's perhaps missed is the 4x4 mode, which is close to the hearts of SUV enthusiasts. The new Safari clearly picks up the right elements from its technical cousin and comes out using them as its own. What it has missed out on the way is its distinctive and unique set of elements that once gave the Safari a legendary stature in the world of SUVs.
The Tata Safari 2021 ticks all the right boxes for a customer looking for a 6 or 7-seat SUV, which not only looks good but also drives well, and at the same time is a very practical car for your entire family. But if the absence of 4x4 transmission is not an issue for you, considering the kind of premium this thing is going to demand, then this thing is definitely worth a look. But how much of the original Tata Safari DNA is left in this car is up for you to decide. That's all in the show today. It's goodbye for now, and as always, drive safe.